Although we've been here for over 2 years, our property still has an abundance of areas that are wild and overgrown. This time of year, much of that wildness can be foraged for our own use. So we started this lovely May weekend by picking some juniper berries that we found to freeze for future projects, one of which will be a fresh batch of mead.
I think this is probably good.
It probably is. Yeah.
Like, this is probably more than we're gonna need for anything, so I'd call that good.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I have to clean some of the needles out of it, but
Yeah, but we still probably got a quarter of a jar.
yeah, it's like a cup. I'm really excited for our blackberries this year.
It's right there.
They're loaded. Honestly, this bush alone is probably more than we need. I know, I need to come pick some wild rose too. All of our multiflora rose. It is quite invasive and it is taking over our entire property along with the dewberries and the poison ivy, but at least it's useful.
We also have an abundance of honeysuckle blooming right now.
The sun's gone down a little bit. I've been collecting honeysuckle and this is like half of what I need. It's not even packed in there. I really need to like push this down and get this thing full packed in there. I don't know how well you can see this, but there's a lot of little white and yellow flowers in here amongst the poison ivy. And I'm just kind of going all over our property and finding wherever we have these little patches of it. There's a bunch along this garden fence, but I think I'm gonna have to go look around the rest of the property soon because I'm kind of running out of space in there. I really wish you could smell this jar. I think if I'm careful, I could get some out of here. Our entire property smells like honeysuckle right now, and it's a magical thing. There's a little bit up there. Guys, look at these ones. We have a little variety here. These ones have pink. This is the only area I've seen the blushed ones.
I'm thinking the honeysuckle might become its own batch of mead as well, and if I'm able to collect enough of it, I'd also love to make some homemade honeysuckle gelato this year. The feeling of foraging on a warm spring evening in May on your property is something that I can't put into words, but it has me feeling super grateful for the life we're building here. Taylor's goal for this weekend was to clear more of this part of the orchard and get some fruit trees planted.
I've been working on this kind of on and off, but more consistently the last, I don't know, couple months. We have a ton of fruit trees in pots and grow bags. Some we've had since last spring and some are new this spring, but they need to get in the ground. I almost have a pretty good area opened up where I think I can plant a lot of the apples. This is kind of going to be like our cider apples, and most of these trees are semi-dwarfs, so they're going to be a little bit bigger trees.
And we're also planning to add another berm in here once we get an excavator.
Yeah. Probably take out a couple of these bigger trees right on the fence line so I can plant all the way back here if I want to, which I'll probably need to with the apples we want back here. The goal now is like we have this space that's pretty much ready to plant. It's already kind of late in our season for planting stuff out. But it's not too late, so we want to just get these things in the ground this year rather than have to wait until fall or even next spring.
It can be easy to forget how much work has to go into something like this before you're actually putting trees in the ground. At least when you're on a property like ours that was abandoned and neglected for who knows how many years. But this work is going to be worth it for years to come.
While Taylor's working in the orchard today, I've got a whole bunch of bags of goodies out here that I need to get planted. So I'm gonna do one of the 24-foot long beds that we have the hoops in that we did in a couple videos ago. We're gonna do bush beans, edamame, and I'm probably gonna pop some melon plants in there too. We're gonna do them in the same bed as last year. It's a lot nicer this year. The Bermuda grass is starting to grow back in, so we'll have to kind of weed this out really quick as much as I can. But fingers crossed with the netting on this, we will be able to harvest green beans this year because the dang deer aren't going to be able to come mow it down multiple times like they did last year. I have the bed prepped, I weeded it, I got it, used the hoe to make little furrows, and now I'm in the greenhouse because I want to pick out which melons I'm going to plant in that bed. I'm just going to do like 4 because I don't want the whole bed to be melons. And I did start a bunch of my squash, pumpkin, and melons ahead of time this year just in these trays. I made little rows of the same seeds and I just wanted to see how well these do compared to direct sowing. Because I'm battling squash bugs like crazy. We've never really gotten to harvest much from our cucurbit, melon, squash, pumpkin plants because the squash bugs and vine borers are so bad. So I'm just doing everything I can to mitigate this year and seeing if I can harvest something. So I've got Leelanau Sweet Glow, Hales Cantaloupe, Minnesota Midget Cantaloupe, Edisto Cantaloupe, Petite Gris Serenus Cantaloupe, Honeydew. And over here I have some poorly germinated Moon and Stars, Sugar Baby Watermelon, Charleston Gray, and Siberian Watermelon. I think I'm gonna try and do one of these Siberians because I know they get pretty big. Just gonna try and grab as many roots with it as I can. Typically these don't love to be transplanted, but I think they'll be fine, and if not, I have extras, so it's worth a try, right? I feel like we should do a mixture. Let's do a cantaloupe, or let's do a honeydew if I can get one out of here. A Minnesota Midget Cantaloupe. And then since it's more precious to me, I think I'm gonna do one of my Leelanau Sweet Glows because these are a Michigan variety. Leelanau is a town in Michigan. think I'm gonna wait to water it because I think it's supposed to thunderstorm this afternoon and I don't want it to be like too drenched. So if it doesn't storm today, I will water it later this evening. Let's go see what Taylor is up to down in the orchard though. This pile looks significantly larger. Dang, it's looking good.
Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, I'm gonna cut down that tree next. And
It's so light over here.
then probably take out a ton of these little trees.
Right, well, it started raining, so we are having a little afternoon coffee drink. Taylor's going to get his right now. Sitting on the front porch and enjoying our little raised beds in the rain. Monkey, this is my coffee. Yeah, get your ginger peaches. Oh, I love you too. Go steal Dad's coffee.
While editing this video, I realized that we lost a little bit of footage from this weekend, but the rain lightened up and I got back out there and sowed a bunch of zinnia seeds to end my evening. The next day, which was Sunday, Taylor mowed the orchard areas he had cleared the day before and started to get trees planted. While he was working on this, I prepared the squash patch and got all of our squashes planted, which I did film for you, but I'm not able to show you, so here's the finished product. Then we had to pause for a quick trip to our azure drop, and that ends us back here.
Azure took longer than it usually does. So it's 5:30, it's dark, it's kind of chilly. Taylor has to finish planting at least that one tree tonight, and I need to move the duck netting so that they are trapped and cannot eat my squash. But before I can move that, he's gonna have to mow that area. All of this needs to get mowed, and then the ducks will be over here to the left of my little pumpkin patch that they keep trying to eat. It's actually more that they trample it. They don't really snack on them. They're kind of just clumsy little creatures that don't have eyes in front of their head to see where they're walking, so they trample all over this. You want me to just lay it on here?
Yeah, just I wasn't gonna mow like right in there or anything.
Okay. Fence is good to go. That took me way longer than it should have because I didn't undo the fence carefully before, so I had it flipped around and kept tripping over it and stuff, and it got tangled together. Usually I'm a lot more careful than that, but I was trying to hurry. You guys like your new space? You're not gonna steal my squash or my pumpkins anymore? They love when Taylor mows because all the grasshoppers come out and there's stuff to dig their little bills into. And they get really excited. So they should have a good time with this area. Next thing I need to do before I can go inside is collect eggs, because we have been neglecting that during the week lately. We've just been getting them a couple times a week. And so I need to get duck eggs. And then Taylor's gonna have to crawl in the chicken coop and get chicken eggs. And I have this broody little lady in here who has stolen all of their straw and has 2 nests. Can I have some eggs? You're such a good girl. You're a good mama. You need some babies? I'm sorry. I wish I could let you keep them. Hey, Bill. That's a lot of eggs from just 4 ducks. I need to give them some fresh bedding. I don't even know if any of these eggs are going to be good because she's been sitting on them for a few days. So I'll have to test them. But, ooh, that's okay. Oh, we have another broody little marmalade. Hey, lady. That's my lady. Do you have some eggs for me? I know you do. Oh yeah, you got a whole pile under there. Thanks for keeping those nice and warm. You're such a good girl. Alright, I know that there are more in the coop, but Taylor's gonna have to crawl in there and get them because Eggo will go after me if I try and get in there. Collection so far. Got a whole nother big basket because I know there are a lot more. Look at those! Oh, those look so nice. I like them on the hillside. 2 more peaches. We have more peaches to plant still in a different spot. Yeah, Ben's peaches.
Oh yeah.
I got duck eggs. I took Edith out of her nest. She was hissing at me the whole time. And I got the nesting box eggs, but you're gonna have to get in there and get
Yeah,
them.
I'll do that right now.
Who is this broody lady back here?
Look at all these curious ladies. Is he stealing your children?
Raisin, hey hey.
She just dive bombed you. That's a lot of eggs. Look at how many duck eggs there are.
Man.
Always right on time, isn't he? All right. It's been kind of a busy weekend. We've been all over the place with projects and little tasks, but we have to go inside now and get ready for the work week. So we are gonna go do some dishes, clean up the kitchen, take out the compost, laundry, make some meal prep, make some dinner. We're having freezer dinner, some lasagna from the freezer, trying to clear out the freezers. So I don't know, I'm pretty proud of everything we've gotten done this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't get all the trees planted yet, obviously, but I'm happy I got a couple in the ground and
Yeah, they look
it's
really
ready.
nice.
It's ready to pop the rest of the apples in the ground, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still have space to plant in our squash patch and more work to do, but it was a pretty successful weekend, I'd say. So we're gonna go inside and get that done, get the inside things done, and I think the next video is going to be potentially a garden tour or potentially an orchard tour now that we are going to have more trees in. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.